Twitter, and many of you know that. I love hearing from you when you agree with me, when you disagree with me. Oh, for the record, right now the fan bases who seem to dislike me the most happen to be Texas A&M, Ohio State, and Notre Dame. I don't know why Notre Dame, but always Notre Dame. Anyway, Saturday, as I was going through your tweets to me, I ran across something that blew me away. It was that picture. That's a picture of a letter that Kansas State head coach Bill Snyder wrote by hand to North Dakota State quarterback Brock Jensen. After Jensen led the Bison on a beautiful 8.5-minute drive to beat Kansas State at Bill Snyder Family Stadium a week and a half ago, the legendary and always underrated head coach was so impressed with Jensen, he wrote this letter to him. It reads, "Congratulations, Brock. I was truly impressed with you and your teammates. You played so very well, virtually error-free and with such poise. I wish you a great year and hope you achieve all you desire. Please share my thoughts with your teammates. Warm regards, Bill Snyder." How great is that? This head coach, who has not once but twice turned Kansas State's football program from a doormat to a conference champion, reminds us all that he is also one of the great men in college football. Over the years, yeah, we've heard the stories. He's impossible to work for. He's the most demanding coach in the country. 18-hour work days are not the exception, but the rule. And maybe those things are true. And if they are, he's not the only coach about whom this can be said. But he may be the only head coach who would lose on national television on his own field to an FCS team and then handwrite a letter to the quarterback that beat him. Makes me wonder how many other times Bill Snyder has done something like this. And makes me realize how lucky folks in Manhattan, Kansas have been to have Bill Snyder in their backyard for the last 25 years. No polls. We want to show you who we feel the most impressive teams were this weekend. You ready? I'm ready. 5 through 1.
All right. I'm going to start with you. Number 5, University of Miami. And I know what you're going to say. Florida turned the ball over a bunch, and, you know, what. All I know is somebody had to create those turnovers, and that was the University of Miami's defense. They did a fantastic job. In-state rival. The cloud is lifting. Miami's winning. They look sharp.
Okay.
Now, my second team, as you see, BYU. Once again, you're going, well, how good was Texas? It doesn't matter how good Texas was. 550 yards of offense in college football isn't that impressive. 550 rushing yards is pretty impressive.
Texas looked like they had 7 guys on the field on defense.
And BYU did that. Okay. My third most impressive team, Northwestern. Once again, quality competition isn't exactly stellar, but this team looks so athletic.
Yeah.
In the past, it was more like a, grind it out. They were crafty. They just look athletic, and they have a 2-quarterback system that is actually working with Simeon and Coulter.
Yeah.
Looks good.
And Coulter wasn't overly healthy. Benrick Mark, they didn't have him for,
Michigan. I mean, we all knew that this football team can score points. To see them run and pass against Notre Dame the way they did, play good defense. I like what Michigan did. Hey, you know what I mean? Devin Gardner, even wearing number 98, looked pretty athletic in that big old nut. But they used him more rolling out of the pocket and running. They didn't do that a lot last year. Everybody, expected him to be able to pass, but, he can do that. Number 1, Georgia. Left for dead after that game against Clemson. Okay?
Yeah.
Left for dead. Yeah. They come back in South Carolina, who everybody thought was just going to come, charging after Aaron Murray. You watch Clemson's defense get after their quarterback, and you'd think they couldn't pass protect. They did a great job of protecting their quarterback, scoring points, winning the football game.
Most impressive team. We've never done this before in these table segments. I got to get rid of all 5 of these.
Wow.
I liked them, but I don't have any of the same 5. None. 0.
That's fine.
Yeah. Okay. All right, that's good.
So what impresses me does not impress you.
No, it does impress me.
Fair.
I guess I might be looking at it a little differently. Okay, 5th most impressive team to me. Not them, but them. LSU. And I had them on this list last week, too. Zach Mettenberger just continues to impress me. The improvement that he made in the offseason. Look, I know we talk about competition. We're dealing with a lot of teams that have not played a great football team yet. But they are a team suddenly that can beat teams offensively and not just defensively. That surprises me.
I'll give you that. The quarterback position looks settled at LSU.
Right. Baylor. This is a football team in a conference that does not look very good, that might just be the best team in it. Offensively, they can score any way they want. Bryce Petty has fit in beautifully at quarterback. Lake Seastrunk looks like the real deal. I'm going to go Baylor, sitting there at number 4. At number 3, Oregon, again, here they go to the East Coast. They made Virginia look like 11 guys on defense running around with backpacks on.
They make Virginia look like Texas.
Right. Well, right. Right. I mean, they are so fast. They just blow teams away with their speed, and they did it again. I loved watching Oregon this weekend. You know, there's one program whose fans think I just absolutely hate them, and that's not the case. Ohio State, to me, the second most impressive team this weekend. Braxton Miller goes out. In comes Kenny Guyton, the senior. They do not skip a beat and end up looking awfully, awfully good in their football game. A dominant win, and their defense, to me, looked like they had a chip on their shoulder, because people questioned them after the Buffalo game. The Buffalo team, by the way, Baylor scored 70 points against this week. But Ohio State, to me, very, very impressive. Most impressive team to me, second straight week we've done this, that I've had number one, a Pac-12 school. I thought Stanford, in fact, I'd put them on the radio Saturday morning on upset alert. I didn't think they'd lose to San Jose State, but look, San Jose State played them to within a field goal last year. San Jose State had a game under the belt. Stanford did not. Offensively, they lost a lot of pieces. Stanford came out, scored, obviously got into the 30s, 34 points offensively, but defensively, they look like the unit that we think they're going to be, one of the best in the country. Way to come out against a good football team. Very good football team, I think, San Jose State, and absolutely slam them. Stanford, most impressive to me.
So we got 10 pretty impressive teams.
We got 10 pretty impressive teams. For 1 week.
All right, so that was pretty kick-ass, you have to admit. All right, stay tuned. I'm going to give you some law school 501 entities you need to watch out for on YouTube. This is the part where this year they're still trying to get away with, you know, the games that they play, and they never even played the game. Poster boys examples of the third-party content ID system abuse on YouTube. Alright, so the OMSR performed its due diligence and feasibility study way back in Gen .0. I have been preaching the DMCA to you all from the word go. It covers the digital millennium copyrighted. It covers the fair use standard, minimal use, and derivatives. And so, basically in college football, you got a 180-minute game, and there's a 4 to 7% working margin past the 2%. I read through all the case law. The 2% minimal use, rule of thumb, you know, and so forth. So, you take 180 minutes, that's 3.6 minutes. You take 180 minutes times the extreme of it, you're looking at 12. So you're looking at 3.6 to 12 minutes. So these other entities run around, which there are 4. This year, I make an example of them because they're still trying to pull the same crap. And as it comes up, you know, we're going to let you know. All right, who are we talking about this time? So, did you see that? Besides our Pi Kappa Alpha, how sweet arts, U of U chapter Alpha Tau for this week. That was a 3-minute bit clip. Already ran through the math with a bunch of original content. And, well, not a bunch, but you understand what I'm saying. Who's accessing those? They're this IT Solutions digital sports management company. It's laughable to think that they have any ownership at all running around on YouTube. This is why, you know, when I first saw these guys starting last year, October, our second go-around with college football, this year being our third, 3 strikes you're out, third time's a charm, So to all of you who sign off on this, what I'm going to call a pseudo-petition, at the end of the show, yeah, this is the year we all make a stand. Enough with the abuse. It's not YouTube's fault, but they do have to indemnify themselves. But it's not meant for 2-minute big clips. It's meant for taking 30 minutes from a movie or any sporting event and whatnot. Not stuff like this. Alright, thanks for watching. Guaranteed more signature plays and fast track plays.